Hello, hello. My name is Luba, and this is The Salty Stitch. I would like to come on today and talk to you about my plans for this week. It is Monday, and I'm hoping to accomplish a few things. I have a very specific vision in mind for this week, and I was just thinking I'll share something with you. I just received the fabric for the patterns and the projects that I have in mind, and I'm really excited. So here we go. Let's get started. First of all, I ordered, so the overarching theme of this week is going to be swimwear. I have had a very, my philosophy on swimwear has changed recently. I'm in a different kind of stage of my life, and a few things that I would like for swimwear is for it to be fun, but also I want there to be enough coverage in certain places that I personally prefer there to be more coverage in. I also want to have an outfit where I can throw on a certain number of clothing, which can be sort of modular. So it's like, oh, I can put on some shorts and then I can put on like a shirt, and that could be like stages of being more covered. And I have recently been looking at a lot of like workout fabrics, like on Mood and like Rocky Wood fabrics. I'll link their website down in the description. Just been kind of investigating what's out there, what's available. And I came across this line of fabrics at Mood, and it's swimwear. And I know that that's really important. I've never made swimwear before, but I've heard that it's really important when you're making swimwear to buy something that's geared specifically towards swimwear. It's UV protective, it has a good amount of stretch, and it's also not too thin. So I ordered a few, and I was trying to like plan out the project. Okay, so I found this wonderful swim tricot. Look at it. Just look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? It is amazing. Okay, so I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking out of this. I think I am going to make the Helen's Closet Avery leggings, and I'm going to chop them off kind of a lot higher than it's probably appropriate for like at the gym. Although I don't know. Is there such a thing as appropriate? Maybe there is. I feel like it's probably pretty flexible in terms of what your goals and like how to move, right? So maybe actually this is like just fine for like, you know what I'm thinking about, like elite runners, you know, kind of the shorts that they wear. That's what I'm going for. So actually maybe it's pretty appropriate for the gym. I think I got a little stuck here. Okay, what does it say? It says compression swimwear tricot, UV protective with AI. Not sure what that means. I got a lot of it. I'm kind of suspecting that once I make this, my daughter will want something out of this fabric. So I think it'll come to good use. And I was in my head thinking, okay, I might need to line this. So I probably have enough to line it with itself, but I also wasn't sure if it would be like transparent enough where the checks would shine through. Let's take a look at the light. No, you know, I think they do not. So I don't think it'll be visible at all what's going on the underside. So I think I could line it with itself, and I have enough fabric. And on at the top, I'm going to have the So Liberated leggings. There's a pattern called So Liberated leggings and top. Let me just double check that. Yes. Okay, there's the So Liberated Limestone leggings and top. I will not be using the leggings because the leggings, one of the key features is a pocket and a side panel. I don't need that for swimming. I do need that for running, but I don't need that for swimming. But I am going to use the top, which is like a sports bra. And I'm thinking even the one that's low cut to me is a little bit more like sporty. And what I'm looking for is more swimwear. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut that neckline down a little bit more. So for the bottoms, I'm hoping that maybe if I line it with this fabric, it'll be just enough coverage without being hot, because I'm also planning to wear these in a hot climate. This is also for Mood. It's called the Swimwear Tricot UV Protective. The color is almost apricot, but then underneath it says beige pink, which I guess is almost apricot. And then it has a Prop 65 warning on it, which doesn't make me feel great, but you know, hey ho. So I think it's gonna be really good under this fabric. I mean, obviously this fabric doesn't show anything through it. It's not translucent or transparent at all, but I think this fabric is a lot lighter than the compression wear. So that's gonna be my plan for that. I'm also planning on adding some elastic into the sports bra, like swim top. So I got some of that. And then I've been seeing on Instagram the Friday Pattern Company's sport shorts. And I caught the bug. I need to make some. So I got this fabric. And don't you love how it matches? It's gonna be amazing. If I make this in time for all my summer plans. And I got quite a bit of it, also with the idea in mind that once I make this, I'm pretty sure my son is gonna want some of this. Some swim trunks in this. This is called, here's what it is. Recycled polyester swim trunk fabric, acid green. So I love that it is specifically a swim trunk fabric. I am not entirely certain what exactly qualifies it to be swim trunk, but I'm kind of wondering if it's maybe its lack of water retention, because that is exactly what I'm going for. I want something that I could wear over my quote unquote swimsuit, and something that like I could dive into the water with if I wanted to, or like it wouldn't be a big deal if my kids were playing with water blasters and blasted me with water. I wouldn't feel very precious about it. I think in a previous video, I mentioned that I was wearing like a viscose skirt to the pool and someone dripped something on me. It was like some water got spilled and the viscose, it just like gained 10 pounds somehow. I was like, oh my gosh, this skirt is so heavy on me suddenly. And I had to take it off. I mean, I had a swimsuit underneath, so it was no problem. And the pattern that sporty short pattern has some bias binding trim. And as much as I was looking around for things that could work, I couldn't find anything that would match in color and also match in terms of usability or utility. Like I really need it to be water resistant or water wicking, so to not hold water and to not weigh it down. So I'm kind of thinking I might actually have to dip into this fabric to use for bias binding, which is not great because then you kind of lose that feature of the pattern where it's like a contrast binding. But I think it's a sacrifice that's well worth making for the sake of this little mini capsule, if you will. Just in case you're wondering what I'm wearing today, my bottoms are just joggers that are ready to wear, but my top is a Grainline Archer, and it came in a Sewing Society kit from Guthrie Ghani, and I made it quite a few years ago. It is like a chambray that's embroidered, and I absolutely love it, and I get a lot of compliments on it, so thank you, Guthrie Ghani, for this wonderful kit. All right, if you enjoyed this video and are excited to see more or how I execute these plans, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see you in the future. Bye.